So I know that iPhone 13 just came out. That's old news. The iPhone 14 coming next year is going to wipe the floor with the current gen. Here's everything you can expect. So the iPhone 14 is going to get a brand new design, which is awesome. And at first glance, these renders don't look too different, but the changes are here and they are major. So first, the phone is getting a little chunkier to accommodate not only a bigger battery, thank you very much, but also to make the camera hump totally disappear. The cameras on phones are getting just out of control, bigger and bigger, and it seems that Apple is going to try to make this less of an issue. Aside from that, the phone will harken back to the iPhone 4 days with a sandwich of glass and stainless steel band. With the iPhone 4, this design language is one of the best Apple has ever done. Seeing it return, just a modern version, is a pretty welcome surprise. But that also means the back will be glossy instead of matte like we had with the iPhone 13 Pro. Plus, there will be round buttons for volume and cutouts on the bottom for the ports and speakers. So aside from the design changes, the next biggest change is in the size of these phones. So right now with the 13, we've got a mini, a regular, a Pro, and a Pro Max. Say goodbye to the mini because Apple is ditching it. Instead, they're going to release 4 iPhones in 2 sizes. So there'll be a 6.1-inch iPhone 14 and an iPhone 14 Pro, a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Max, and a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Pro Max. So 2 sizes for the regular and the Pro line, same sizes, just probably different specs inside. So the iPhone 13 shrunk the notch for the first time since the introduction of the iPhone 10, but after using the phone for a few weeks, the difference in size is totally unnoticeable. But that should be changing with the iPhone 14. The notch is rumored finally to be going away, replaced with a hole-punched camera like a ton of Android phones have had for years. The question though is, where's Face ID gonna go, since that's the reason that the notch exists in the first place? There are a few options. Least likely, Apple's going to remove Face ID altogether, instead replace it with Touch ID under the display. I don't think that is going to happen. The other more likely option is that the components will be pushed up into the bezel, so you still get all the features, but now no notch. Another option, probably less likely as well, is put the components actually under the display. This tech is still really new, so I'm not sure Apple will go that route. At the very least, notch is going away. Another persistent rumor is that Apple is working really hard to totally remove the Lightning port on the iPhone. That was first introduced with the iPhone 5 when it replaced that original big boy 30-pin connector, and at the time it was pretty great. But since then, many users have been begging Apple to instead just use the easier USB Type-C. This leads to almost all of your products being able to charge with just one cable. As most devices aren't from Apple, already use USB-C anyway. But it does not seem like Apple is going to do that. Instead, there's a few directions they can go. You can either keep the Lightning port and not make any changes. You can also remove the port altogether, instead make you use wireless charging and wireless communication. But I think the most likely is that they'll slowly transition to MagSafe. This was first introduced with the iPhone 12, and it's just a way to charge with a magnet. It's cool, but for now it doesn't do that much. But I can see this being expanded to include data transfer. So they can eliminate the port on the bottom altogether, but still have a way to use a cable if you want. This may not happen at the iPhone 14. Rumors are going back and forth. Either way, seems like the Lightning port is not long for this world.